Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Outs here. It's Tuesday, so that means we got Tuesday trivia today, and I've got some questions for you about the first season of the Toronto Raptors basketball team. Yeah, their season. So I would like to ask everyone today to please go off the top of your head. I really, really don't want anybody doing it on the internet, but I know that y'all could. But I'm just asking on the honor principle. No research on the internet, no Google, no basketball reference, no looking up nothing. Just please go off the top of your head. And I will, if people are struggling with some of the answers, I will give some of my famous clues about how to get the name. So, and the other thing about today is there's going to be answers. There are multiple answers for one question. So there will be like 5 or 6 answers for some of the questions. And you can only answer one name each time. You can't write in all 5 of the names. I don't want y'all to do that. You write in one full name, don't half-ass it, and spelling could count. And then there's going to be a 20-second timeout where you cannot answer for another 20 seconds. I don't want people to just spam all the answers in there. So we're going to have multiple different opportunities for different people to answer to the questions. And this is how I'm doing it. So one answer per answer, one name per answer. And then you don't get to answer for another 20 minutes. So you got to be strategic, not 20 minutes, 20 seconds. You got to be strategic with what you write, because in some ways you may write the most popular answer and somebody may write it in right before you and you miss out for that cycle of the 20 seconds. So be very, very smart. Now, the quick, if you're quicker, obviously you can get in there and get faster, but also there will be time for you to jump in, because the first person answers something, they can't answer again for 20 seconds. So it'll give everybody a chance to get an answer in. And remember the regular rules, don't half-ass it. Put in the full name. So it's going to be kind of like that. Yeah, Mo's here first. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Mo, so cool to see you went to Usher last night at the Scotiabank Arena. Monique going down to see Usher play in concert. It's so cool, Mo. I hope that was a fantastic time. Love seeing the pictures of you down in the arena at this show last night. Very, very cool, Mo. Very, very cool. Trevor's saying, good morning, family. When problems come into your life like nonstop rain, remember that your positive attitude will always be your umbrella. Trevor, I don't carry an umbrella, though. I'm this weird guy that kind of like wants the rain on him. I've always enjoyed the rain. I don't know why. Maybe it was when I was a little kid. I like running around in the rain and getting all wet. Well, I still, to this day, if it's raining, I do not carry an umbrella. It's weird. I don't know why I'm like this. I've just always been this way. But I think that your statement is great. Just have your positivity be your umbrella from the negative rain. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Commissioner J, always good to see you here in the morning. Fiercely Sarah, checking in. Good morning, fam, and happy Trivia Day. Happy Trivia Day to you, MJ. I hope you're having a great start to your day. And yeah, let's play some trivia very, very soon. Very, very soon. Brian is here. What's up, Brian? King Brian from To The Point, y'all. What's up, Freak Nation? Here for the good. There you go, Brian. I want you to play, my guy. You were such a knowledgeable basketball head. You know your Raptors. Come on, Brian. Play some trivia with us today. Get in there and mix it up with us, man. We want to see you get on the trivia standings for the Raptor Freak trivia standings and see you rise and climb, King Brian. Let's go. Bryce is here. Kentucky checking in. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freak family. Good morning to you, Bryce Lawson. I hope your day is full of happiness, positivity, love, and just good things, my guy. Just for you, my man. That's right. And David saying, Mo, that's awesome. Dap to Mo. Yeah, she went to Usher last night. Checked out. Yeah, I don't know the Usher songs, but he's awesome. Yeah. Fiercely saying Usher is an amazing entertainer. Hope you enjoyed, Monique. Oh, I'm sure he was fire. I'm sure, he's a showman. That guy is very talented. He's a great singer. He's a great dancer. He's very charming. And he's a bona fide, real deal Holyfield entertainer. He's a badass. Yeah. David's saying, wow, what a jump in subs over the last 3 days. Is there a correlation with my absence? You know what happened, David? I think it's because I've been covering Shamshay and Mobo, and people have a lot of interest in learning about Ulrich Shamshay, and they know that this is the channel to keep up to date on the very, very, like, we're digging deep here, and we don't miss nothing. We're like the miner back in the Gold Rush days with that really fine screen that's getting all the nuggets, and that's what's happening here. is that people wanted to know more about Shamshay. They heard my speech about him and Mobo on Thursday, and they're like, wow, this guy actually has some good information that is actually informative and stuff I didn't really understand or know. In fact, let's talk about Shamshay real quick before we start the trivia. Trevor J, thank you for posting this from NBA Africa Official on Instagram. There is a photo collage of Shamshay. It's kind of from the recent video that they did about him and his life back in Africa, but it's really beautiful. You see pictures of his grandmother, his mother, his family. And here's the link right here. I'll put it right there. It's Instagram. And it's beautiful, man. You see a picture of him standing with, I believe that's his uncle who acts like his dad in the first picture. And then you got a picture of him with his grandmother and his mother. And then you got a picture of him carrying basketballs. It looks like they're like deflated, though. It's very weird. There's a picture of him with his coach, one of his original coaches that he first started playing basketball with. Then there's some pictures of him out in the woods and kind of in the farmland where his family land is. And you see him with his family right there. There's Coach Joe in the blue shirt. That's Coach Joe who discovered Ulrich. That's Ulrich. And then that's his, I believe that's his uncle and his grandmother in a row. But yeah, that guy in the green turquoise tunic, that is actually his uncle, but he's really his dad because his dad died when he was really, really young. So you guys can go check out some Ulrich. Shamshay. Yeah. I think that people are excited about that. Of course, we're getting a little bit of more of a bump in the preseason because people are going to get excited about the Raptors season coming up. And they're going to want to know everything that's going on with the Raptors. Well, this is the best channel for you because every day we're going to keep up to date and keep you as informed as possible. And I know, David, when we get closer and closer to the season, yeah, those subs are going to go up. And I expect, hopefully, I'll be to 1,000 by the time opening day comes around. That kind of was my goal, is to get to 1,000 subscriptions by then. So we're going to get there. Yeah, we're on our way. And I appreciate everybody who just recently subscribed to the channel. You guys are awesome. And I hope you'll get in part of our chat. You know, that you don't be afraid if you're new and you don't feel like you can talk to us. You definitely can get involved because the Raptor Freak channel is an interactive channel for y'all to get your voices heard too. It's not just come here and listen to me and get the information from us. Go ahead and get involved too. We love having new Raptor Freaks involved in the channel all the time. And you're welcome to chat and do whatever you can at any time. There you go. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. No more comments because when I get the end of the comments, I'm going to start the trivia. Let's see. Cool Cat saying, good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Welcome to September. Yeah, do you remember when it was time for September? That's right. I'll do some Earth, Wind, and Fire real quick. Kareem saying, start the trivia. Ahmed ain't here. No, he is. He's here. Trust me, he's always here, Kareem. David saying, oh, wow, that's exciting to hear. As Cowboy would say, Shamshay. Yeah, I really do think it is. The people want to know about Mobo and Shamshay and the new rookies coming up. And we talk about that here. Ahmed saying, don't worry, Kareem. I'm here picking up something from my mom, so I may be distracted, but I'll try to play on the bus. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll make sure to, I know Ahmed's going to do his best no matter what. He is the current reigning Raptor Freak trivia champion. He is a badass. And honestly, Ahmed can go through anything to win championships. Trust me. And I'm not worried about this kid. He is good. He's real good. We'll have to see. Yeah, David's going, oh, shit. And Fiercely saying, I just looked, 963 subscribers, Lex, only 37 to go before hitting 1,000. I know it's been a slow climb. I started with 4 3 years ago. I had 4 subscribers, and I haven't really pushed this channel very hard. It's really just like people find it and they stick around. So that's a good sign. Ahmed saying, nice to see you too, David. Yeah, no, I'm rooting for you in some ways, but I also want to make this competitive. So we're going to have fun. Either way, that's what it's all about. That's right. Monique saying it was a surreal, never forgotten moment last night going to Usher. That's so awesome. Yeah, I saw you in the pictures with Jennifer. That's amazing. Good stuff, Mo. Yeah, so happy to see you got down there and you got down. She got down there and got down, I'm sure. She loved that music, I'll bet. Yeah. Let's see. Fiercey's laughing at Kareem. Seymour saying, didn't Usher own the Cavs? Boo. But they, hey, otherwise, Hope Superfan Mo had a blast. Yeah, I don't know. He's just an icon. In some ways, Usher is really cool. Like, you got to think about how long has he been around, and he's still got that staying power. Like, his brand is still really strong. I don't think the ladies have stopped lusting for him. I mean, even if he's older now, I have no idea how old he is. He's probably in his 50s right now. That man probably still can move real good. Yeah. Kareem saying, damn it, Ahmed. I'm just playing young, ball. That's right. See, it's just how it is. And Ahmed saying, morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We hope that, too, for you. I know that your school's been disrupted a bit by protests the strike against the war. And yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's crazy over there, I'm sure. David said, we only bite sometimes. Ahmed said, all love, Kareem. And I'm on my phone today, not my PC, so I can't type as fast. All right. So, see, y'all have a chance because Ahmed is kind of playing with one hand tied behind his back in some ways. All right. Randolph saying, blessings on all our beloved Raptor freaks, most informative gang. Let's kick things up high. I like that. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes much better too. I love that, Randolph. That's such a great words of wisdom. I love that so much. I aim higher, aim to achieve. I love it. And Leo's saying this morning, every day you have a choice. You can focus on all the many reasons why you should be angry or sad, or you can focus on all the many reasons why you should be grateful and happy. Choose wisely. That's such a perception argument. Your life is what you perceive. If you want it to be all that sad, crazy shit, it can be that. But if you want it to be full of gratefulness and happiness and good stuff, it can be that too. And you always have that choice. I've seen some of the craziest stories about people in prison in bad situations, but they are happy because they're making the most of it. And they understand it's maybe a temporary phase. That's right. Fiercely saying, Lex, I was joking yesterday. Your singing is fine. It's all good. My singing is up and down. I sometimes feel like my singing is really on point. And sometimes it's not. I just have to be honest. Really, I do. Yeah, yesterday was a Prince day for there. Yeah. Kareem saying you are on the road to the most authentic 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. This may be very true, actually, because a lot of people pander and put a lot out and they spam different places to try and solicit more. I mean, I could have gone down to the Air Canada Center, Scotiabank Arena, and handed out flyers for my channel at some point after a game, but I never did that. And in some ways, I've done a little bit of sharing it on Facebook, but that's hardly it. I haven't done that in like a year. I used to share my streams regularly in different Raptors Facebook groups, but the Raptors admins for those groups are assholes, and they'd often like either just decline my post or just take it down. It's really, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, the grind is authentic. You're exactly right. It is a very authentic grind. And I know Brian's going to get there too. He's coming up too. Yeah. Let's see. David's saying, dunk that shit. You want me to dunk for me? I can dunk for me. Y'all throw it off the backboard. I'm going to go up and get it. That's right. Let's go, Lex. All right. I got a 3-pointer, 114 for Lex. There you go. 114. Let's see. All right. Brian's saying Leo's great. He gave me great advice as a 13-year-old coach. There you go. Leo Routens is awesome for sure. We love doing his life tips every day. The kid from Kiel. Very, very wise man. Yeah. And David's saying, true, Kareem. That's right. Told you. Take up the middle, told you to take up path in media instead. Laugh out loud. All right. On that note, y'all, remember, the rules are this. You can only answer one name per answer. You get 20 seconds between answers. Spelling could count. Full names. And do not look up anything today. As much as you can, come off the top of your noggin, because these questions are ones you can probably figure out without needing to look it up. So we'll do that. Yeah. Ahmed saying the strike was just one day, but high school teachers are striking for higher pay. So I haven't been yet. I was supposed to start on the 1st. Okay. Well, listen, man, take that extended summer break. I just know that a lot of people are protesting in your country right now. They're getting out in the streets because they're sick of this war. And so I only concluded, well, if Ahmed's teachers are on strike, maybe it's because they want to stop the genocide. That's all. Carlos saying, happy Monday, Lex and fellow freaks. Happy Monday to you, Carlo JS. Always good to see you in the chat, my guy. Yeah, Raptor freak. Let's go. All right, let's go with the first question, y'all. David is here, the commissioner of trivia. David Saborin will be adjudicating, and all peace. Exactly. We need more peace in this world. John Lennon said, yeah, give peace a chance. And let's do that, please. All right, let's go. First question. I know Ahmed's ready. And let's go. All right, the first question today, guys. This is all about the first season of the Toronto Raptors season. We've been talking about Alex Wong's book, Prehistoric, a lot lately, and the first inaugural season of the Toronto Raptors. So this is going to be all about that year, guys. So first question is, number one question, which original Raptors and the original Raptors team passed at least 100 assists in the inaugural season? There are 5 answers. So go ahead, and who do you think were the 5 Raptors that got over 100 assists in the very first season of the Toronto Raptors? You got to put the full name, and obviously you know one of them, but you better write the full name, y'all. Seriously, don't be messing around. If you half-ass it, Fiercey gets the first one, because y'all half-assed that one. Yeah, of course everybody's going to put Stoudemire first, but in some ways, oh, man, spelling may count too. David, you're going to have to figure this one out. 25 to Fiercey. So even though she spelled it wrong, she did spell it wrong. So I think that actually Carlo wrote it in right first. David. Alvin Robertson. Let me see if Alvin Robertson's on there. I see that Kareem went that way. Yeah, Alvin second. So Damon first, Alvin second. So it looks like Kareem Thomas has gotten. Okay, David, I'm gonna take you. Give you a mod real quick so that you can type more than once, because obviously you're gonna be needing to type. So David, you're moderator. Just don't try and share or anything. Just so you can type more often. There you go. 25 points to Kareem. And he's going to go ahead and give. I would say the first one is actually Carlo, because Fiercey really screwed up the last name there. Stouda Nair. I'm not sure about that. So I would say Carlo JS has got the Damon Stoudemire as far as on my screen. And then Kareem just barely beat Seymour on Alvin Robertson. Now there's 3 more answers, guys. There's 3 more answers. Who do you think had over 100 assists in the first season out of the original Raptors? So when your timer's up, you go ahead and jump in there and get another one in there. If you haven't played yet, you can. Yeah, everybody's going to go for Damon, but, it's hard to get in there. That's part of the strategy here. You're not as concerned about spelling when there are multiple answers. Goes too fast. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and leave it with Fiercey. So Fiercey, you're okay right now. Bryce Lawson's saying Doug Christie. That is not one of the answers. Cool Cat is putting in Alvin Williams. Alvin Williams is not an original Raptor. So don't try and answer Alvin anymore, because he was not playing in our first year. There are 20 players that played in our first year, just so y'all know. Tracy Murray is one of the answers. Seymour Pape is getting the third answer. So good job. Tracy Murray is definitely one of those guys. Seymour Pape also jumping. Oh, wait, he's got that moderator. David, all right, I got to take away your wrench, Seymour, because you're getting an unfair advantage if you're going to play. So you are not you're not a mod anymore. Sorry, bud. You know what? In some ways, Seymour, I can't let you get that second answer that you put in there, because you're getting an unfair advantage. Jimmy King's not right. Jimmy King is not one of them, Bryce. It's a good guess, though. Now, Seymour said Willie Anderson, but he had a wrench, so he could write them in right in a row, and that's not fair. So what we'll do is we're just going to nix the Willie Anderson points on this one, David. We just won't give 25 for it, but Willie was one of them. Yeah, just Willie, Yeah. And sorry, Seymour, I had to take your wrench so that you can play fairly. Randolph saying, Amit, my thoughts and prayers are with you and your nation as you continue your fight. Yeah, really sad news out of that country recently with the bodies recovered. That's really horrible. That's really, really horrible. We need to end this thing on both sides, because it's just wrong. It's really wrong all over the place. Whether it was the original hostage taking was really wrong, whether it's the bombing since has been really wrong. It's like 2 wrongs don't make a right. That's really how I feel about it. And as Amit said, peace, man. Yeah. Kareem's gonna put in Willie Anderson. Is it okay if I look at the roster? You know what? Let's just discover. Maybe you can write down the names that are officially on the list as we go. But I really kind of want everybody to kind of go off the top of their head. Now, the last answer on this question is somebody you guys probably wouldn't think is not in a position on the team that usually gets assists. So yeah, Jimmy King is not the last one. BJ Armstrong never played for the team, Kareem, so it's not him. Oliver Miller is right. Bryce is going to get this one. So Bryce gets the last one, which is Big O. Oliver Miller got over 100 assists in the first year. So 25 for Bryce. David, you're throwing them in there. I see that. That's perfect. Okay, so yeah, the 5 answers: Fiercey, Kareem, and Seymour and Bryce are going to get 25 points for the 5. Willie Anderson is going to be nullified on this one. All right, so the second question, guys, get ready and be ready. Yeah. It's already over, Kareem. Jean Tabak is not there. But Bryce, these are answers that you can see of the 20 names to be ready for later questions. The second question is, which original Raptors stole at least 85 steals in the inaugural season of the Raptors? Who had at least 85 steals? That's quite a few steals. So we had how many players? We had 4 players get over 85 steals in the first season of the Raptors. Who were they? Seymour's going to say Alvin Robertson. That is exactly correct. Alvin Robertson is one of the answers. Doug Christie is not one of the answers. Amit's going to get Damon Stoudemire. He's also on this list. So Amit Gaming will get Damon Stoudemire. Fiercey's just behind on that one, it looks like. So Amit's going to, on my screen at least, Willie Anderson is what Fiercey's saying next. Willie Anderson is not one of the answers. I'm sorry, Fiercey. Carlos Rogers is not one of the answers for steals. but Tracy Murray is. So Seymour Pape's going to get Tracy Murray. That's pretty good. Amit Gaming saying Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller is actually one of the names on the list. So I think we got them all now. The 4 Raptors that got at least 85 steals in the first season were Alvin Robertson, Oliver Miller, Damon Stoudemire, and Tracy Murray. So let's see. David's got Seymour, Amit, Seymour, and Amit. So both those guys split the answers right there. So 25 each, 25 each. So good stuff there. Yeah, it's interesting that Alvin Robertson leading the team in steals makes sense, but that Oliver Miller was second on the team in steals ahead of Damon Stoudemire. Think about that, guys. And also, Oliver Miller was also on the list for assists, and that's a center. So cool. All right, yeah, we're learning stuff today. All right, third question. Which original Raptors scored at least 500 points in the first season? There are 6 players on the team that scored at least 500 points on this. Yeah. Tobias, you just got to have those fast fingertips and try and get in there. That's right. Let's see. Tracy M5. Tracy M5. Willie Anderson. Let me see. Is Willie on the list? Let's see. Yes. Willie Anderson is one of the players that did score over 500 points in the first season. Doug Christie. Doug Christie is not on this list. I'm sorry, Doug is not. You got to understand, Doug Christie came at the very end of the season. He didn't accumulate a lot of total stats. Let's just put it that way. Damon Stoudemire is on this list, of course. He was the leading scorer for the team in the first season of the Raptors, Rookie of the Year. Bryce Lawson getting Oliver Miller. Of course, Oliver's on the list once again. He did score a lot of points. Amit's just behind Fiercey on Damon on this one. So too bad. Tracy Murray is right. So Fiercey Salceris should get Tracy Murray also. Because I'm not going to count that Tracy MU5. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Let's see. Were you giving the 25 for Ahmed on that one? Because Fiercey said Damon before her, just so you know, David. Let's see. Jean Tabak. Jean Tabak is one of the answers. So you will get that one, Kareem. Jean Tabak is one of the answers. Alvin Robertson is on the list. I want to just make sure nobody said Alvin Robertson already. So Alvin Robertson for Seymour Pape. Jean Tabak for Kareem Thomas. All right, how many are left? I think you guys got them all. That should be the 6 right there. So the first one was Willie Anderson for Fiercey. The second one was Damon Stoudemire for Fiercey. Bryce got Oliver Miller. Tracy Murray was gotten by Fiercey also. Jean Tabak by Kareem and Alvin Robertson by Seymour Pape. So yeah, those are the ones there. David, let me see how you did it. It should be 3 Fierceys actually. 3 Fierceys on that one. 3 Fierceys, a Bryce, a Kareem, and a Seymour is what it should be. Because Fiercey got 3 of them, just so you know, David. He's doing the real time scoring on there. I see it now. Beautiful stuff, David. You're doing a fantastic job. It looks really good. All right, yeah, because we have a score sheet that him and I are sharing, so we can see it at the same time. Yeah. Let's see. I'm cool with the hate. I'm on positive vibes, nonetheless. There you go. He's got his umbrella in case there's rain. No hate for you, Seymour. Trust me. There's no hate. Just compete. That's all. That's right. And if you hit that enter too soon, and there's a 5 there, yikes. All right, next question, guys. Number 4. Which original Raptors grabbed at least 300 rebounds in the inaugural season? There are 4 players that got at least 300 rebounds in their first season. Who are the 4 players that got those rebounds? Oliver Miller is right. Amit Gaming is going to get Oliver Miller just ahead of Kareem Thomas, it looks like. Just ahead of Kareem Thomas. Let's see. Who are the other 3? Okay, yeah, I see who they are. AC Earl is not one of them. It's a good guess. Oliver Miller already guessed. AC Earl is not correct, guys. So there's 3 other guys that got at least 300 rebounds. This is what we're looking at right now. Jean Tabak is right. And Kareem got it just before Amit Gaming. So Jean Tabak for Kareem Thomas, just ahead of him. There's 2 more answers, guys. And they're not in big positions, just so you know. 25 for full ass is the ruling on that one. So, yeah, there's going to be guys that are not forwards, as I said, for the last 2 on rebounds. John Sally is not right, but that's a good guess by both y'all. And it's funny that y'all both spell his name with the last name Sally, like Charlie Brown's sister, but there is an E in that name. Damon Stoudemire is a good guess, but he did not get those rebounds, Bryce. He was not one of the guards that did it. There were two different guards that did it. Tracy Murray is right. Kareem will get Tracy Murray. That is the answer. One of the answers. There's one more name. One more name. And in some ways, you got to think about quadruple double. That's the guy right there. Jimmy King isn't right either. Yeah, Alvin Robertson is right. There you go, Amit. He knew the quadruple double clue. Alvin Robertson is the last answer on that one. So Amit will get Alvin Robertson on that answer. So yeah, the four rebounding top rebounders for the original Raptors were Oliver Miller, Tracy Murray second, Alvin Robertson third, and then Jean Tabak, guys. So that's pretty cool. David, man, you're really doing a good job because I know this is a fast and furious kind of game today. So yeah, splitting the answers on that one, Amit and Kareem both getting 2. Very, very good job. All right, the next one is number 5. Which original Raptors blocked at least 40 shots in the inaugural season? Which Raptors? There's 4 of them who got at least 40 blocks in the first season. Is Tony Massenberg the first one? We may need a separation just in case. Tony Massenberg's not on the list. Jean Tabak is not one of the answers. Jean Tabak is not one of the answers. He didn't block shots. Oliver Miller is, though. Oliver Miller is on this list. He's number 1. He led the team in blocks, and that's Amit getting in with Oliver first, just ahead of Bryce on my screen. Yeah, it's interesting that Massenberg and Jean are not one of the 4 top shot blockers. Tracy Murray. See, Amit's going to go ahead and just say Tracy Murray, and he's right. Tracy Murray's 4th on the list. Tracy Murray did get over blocks. He got over 40 blocks. So that's pretty good. Carlos Rogers is one of the names. Bryce Lawson, you're getting Carlos Rogers. He is one of the top blocks guys on the Raptors original team. And Willie Anderson is the other one, Fiercey. So you're going to get Willie Anderson. So the top 4 shot blockers for the Raptors in the first season were Oliver Miller, Willie Anderson, Carlos Rogers, and Tracy Murray. So yeah, there you go. Amit getting 2 of them, Bryce getting 1, and Fiercey getting 1 on that answer. All right, let's switch up the gears, guys. You got all the main total stats out of the way, those 5. Now it's going to get different. We still have 17 questions, and there's curveballs. Y'all can't expect this format for the whole rest of this. There's going to be different kinds of questions, so be ready. All right, question number 6. Which original Raptors averaged over 3.5 fouls per game in the inaugural season? 5 players averaged over 3.5 fouls every game. Now, this is per game. This is not total. So this could be different Raptors that did not play as much. So yeah, David gave me the clear. Thank you, David. Man, you're doing awesome. Oliver Miller is yes, one of the people that averaged over 3.5 fouls. So Kareem will get Oliver Miller. Damon Stoudemire. Damon Stoudemire is not on this list. Amit. He did not average that many fouls. Doug Christie is coming in on this list. That's not right, Bryce. It's not Doug Christie. Tracy Murray. Tracy Murray is not right either. Tracy Murray didn't get that many fouls. Alvin Robertson by Amit Gaming here. Yeah, we'll give you that one. Alvin Robertson is on the list. He did commit over 3.5 fouls per game. So Amit's going to get Alvin Robertson. AC Earl, Bryce Lawson, that is not on this list. No AC Earl, unfortunately. So yeah, Alvin's already been gotten. So we've got 3 left still, guys. 3 original Raptors that averaged over 3.5 fouls per game in the original season. So who are those other 3? Jean Tabak. Let me go see if it's Jean Tabak. Nope, it's not Jean Tabak. He did not average over 3.5 fouls per game. Jimmy King isn't right either, guys. You know what? I'll give you guys a little bit of clues. 2 of these guys have not been answers yet, and I don't think you've written their names in at all. One of them, both of them came in to the team on trades, and they came later, and they're big men. Both of them are centers. So that's the best clue I can give you on those. There are 2 centers that got traded for and came in the middle of the season. One of them only played 1 game for the Raptors, 1 single game, and that's it. Only 1 game. Ed Pickney is a great guess. It's not right. Ed Pickney is not right. Yeah. Then there's still 1 answer that's been answered over and over again that is on this list that y'all have not gotten yet. So there's still 3 answers. Who averaged over 3.5 fouls per game in the original Raptors season? Who was it? Yeah. One guy's only played 1 game for the Raptors their whole entire first season. He got 4 fouls. So he's over 3.5 fouls. And then another guy, Tony Massenberg's a great guess. It's not right, Kareem. Tony Massenberg's not one of the names. So there's 3 guys. 2 of them are centers, And one of them is an answer that's been answered already a few times on this trivia. Nobody's gotten on this one. Yeah, nobody's guessed on this one. Fiercey, you're a guy that you keep saying. That's it right there. There you go. Bryce is going to get this. He has it opposite, but Sharon Wright is one of the names. Sharon Wright is one of the people that got over 3.5 fouls per game. So even though you put it in that order, that's right. John Sally's not right. Willie Anderson is. So Amit's going to get Willie Anderson. He was one of the people that got over 3.5 fouls per game. There's one name left, and he's the guy who only played one game for the Raptors in their first season. He is somebody who's been the classic card a few times. His first name is the old mascot for Burger King. Burger King had a mascot before the King, and his name was this name. So his first name is that. Yeah. Yeah. You looked at the roster. I mean, you could do worse, Bryce. At least, but, maybe just you scanned it real quick just to see who's there. But yeah, BJ Armstrong never played for the Raptors, Kareem. So he's not an answer today. He got shipped out before we even started the season. So, but the guys that he got traded for will be on this list. But yeah, not BJ though. So the last guy has the same last name as Venus and Serena. How about that? There's an answer. There's a clue right there. And his first name is the original Burger King mascot. Yeah, if you're an old head and you were around in the 80s and before the King, there was a guy who used to be in Burger King commercials. There you go. Amit's got it. It is Herb Williams. It is Herb Williams, guys, because Burger King used to have a guy named Herb who was in the commercials. Yeah, so 25 points for Amit on Herb Williams, a guy who only played one game for the Raptors in our first season. Yeah, that's right. He was friends with Isaiah. That's part of the reason why. So there you go. Amit Gaming getting in there and doing really well, getting the clues. He kind of seagulled you there, Fiercey, just so you know. You should have said Willie Anderson before him. He figured it out and said it before you. All right, guys, the next question only has one answer, so be ready. Be ready. Only one answer for the next one. Yeah, you didn't even know Herb Williams played for the Raptors? Yeah, he played one game for us. I think he was in the trade to get Doug Christie, and he ended up playing just one game for us. That's it, just one game. All right, the seventh question is, who touched the ball first in the very first Toronto Raptors game? Who is the first player in Raptors history to touch an NBA ball in regular season action? I've actually answered this question many times on the stream in the last couple weeks. So let's see. Jean Tabak is not right. It is not right. Yeah, Tabak was not available the first game of the Raptors. So he did not start at center that night. Yeah, it's whoever did the jump ball on the first game of the Raptors. Oliver Miller is not right either, Fiercey. Oliver Miller did not start in the first game of the Raptors either. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I talked about this on the stream. You guys should have been taking notes. I've actually talked about this. Yeah, Andrew's here. Good morning, Raptor Free Crew. 33 days until preseason. There, we got an Antonio Davis number of days. There you go. I love it. AC Earl is not right, Amit. Carlos Rogers is not right, Kareem. Yeah, no. Yeah, I thought y'all would get this because I already talked about this. And David's like, no. Yeah, I've talked about this very recently, that in the history of the Raptors, Alvin Robertson is not right either, Mo. It's not Alvin Robertson. He made the first points. I'm talking about who touched the ball very first, in the very first time in the history of the Raptors, who officially touched the ball the very first time in the NBA action as a Raptor. The very first person who touched the ball. I'm not talking about making the shots. That's right. Yeah. Tracy Murray is not right either. Yeah, this was the one I thought would be getting fastest. I know. I thought so too, David. I mean, people have been paying attention to the stream. They know I've already said this. I've actually said this answer like 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks, guys. John Sally's not right either, guys. It's not John Sally. Yeah, this is interesting. David, I got him stumped on this one. This is pretty good. Who was the guy who jumped the ball in the first game of the Raptors game? They won the tip against the Nets in that game in November. A long time ago. Tony Massenberg's not right. David saying, don't forget to keep making sure y'all are living alive or still live. Yeah, I've had to refresh it several times this morning. Yeah, make sure you're on the live and not delayed so that you can understand what's going on. Herb Williams isn't right, Fiercey. No. Herb didn't play just the first game and then he was gone. And I already said Herb got traded to our team. So he wasn't there on the first day. Yeah. So yeah, this is fun. Y'all, come on. This is very important to know for Raptors history. Dan O'Sullivan, no, man. But he will be one of the answers at some point, just so you know. This name has been mentioned earlier, but it wasn't correctly spelled. Yeah, it wasn't correctly spelled, and it wasn't correct for the answer before. But this name has been mentioned in the chat already. David's exactly right. So yeah, golly, I can't believe it. Amit saying if I looked at the roster, I'd get it in 1 second. No, no, please don't. You're doing great, Amit. Seriously, you're getting a lot of points anyway. Charles Oakley was not on the first year team, Trevor. Sharon Wright is not right. Cream got it finally. It's Ed Pickney. And he kind of, I think he spelled it kind of right. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, Ed Pickney is the right answer. Ed Pickney won the jump ball against the Nets the very first game the Raptors played against the Nets. The only reason why Ed Pickney started is because Oliver Miller and Jean Tabak were not available, and Ed Pickney played center in the very first game of the Raptors. Yeah, close enough. Yeah, he's not exactly spelled it right, but that's okay. David, you can give him more points for this one since it was such a difficult answer. I know the other ones were doing 25, but maybe give him more. Yeah, 50 for that one because it's a one of those answers. Good job, Kareem. All right, let's keep moving. Which original Raptors shot over 78% from the free throw line in the inaugural season? There are 6 players that shot over 78% at the free throw line in the first year of the Raptors. There you go. There you go. Pinkney. Yeah, Pinkney. Yeah, that's not. I know how to spell it too. Yeah, it's not a spelling contest. It's up to David though. He's laughing. Damon Stoudemire shot over 78% from the field. Yes, he did, Fiercey. Damon Stoudemire is one of the answers for this. Yes, that's right. Oliver Miller. Trevor J saying Oliver Miller. No, Oliver Miller did not shoot over 78% from the free throw line, unfortunately, David. I mean, Trevor. Fiercey and Trevor, no. Jean Tabak. Did Jean Tabak shoot over 78% from the free throw line? No, he did not. He did not. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. No. Isn't it, though, Kareem? It is kind of a spelling contest. It is, Amit, in some ways. I mean, if he's going to half-ass the spelling, well, it's just we can't do anything about it. It's just he's butt dialing it in, you know? Alvin Robertson. Kareem saying Alvin Robertson. Nope, he's not one of the 6 Raptors that scored, that shot over 78% from the free throw line. That's really good that we had 6 guys shooting over 78%. That's really good, actually, if you think about it. But yeah, Alvin's not one of them. You know, in some ways, I'll start giving clues. Some of these guys may not have played as much. You know what I'm saying? Tracy Murray? Yeah, Tracy Murray is one of the names. So we got Stoudemire and Murray out of the 6. There's still 4 names on here that you guys haven't gotten yet. Amit saying someone mentioned their name a second ago. Don't know who he is, but Dan O'Sullivan. Dan O'Sullivan's actually on this list, Amit. So you will get Dan O'Sullivan. Dan O'Sullivan did shoot over 78% from the line in the original Raptor season. So Dan O'Sullivan is technically one of these 6 answers. Yeah. Pretty sure 2 of the names have yet to be mentioned in the stream. I think that's exactly right. Carlos Rogers is not on this list. He is not on this list. John Sally is not on this list. Andrew's going to say Willie Anderson, and that is on this list. Willie Anderson is one of the answers. So our countdown guy, Andrew's going to get Will Anderson. He's saying Will, but Will is right. Yeah. Amit said Dan O'Sullivan. He just went a long way to get to it. He said, I saw this name earlier, and then he just wrote it in. So Amit's getting Dan O'Sullivan. Andrew's getting Willie Anderson. Tony Massenberg's not right, but Doug Christie is. Fiercey's going to get Doug Christie. He is one of the names on this list. So we've got 5 of the names now. Dan O'Sullivan, Willie Anderson, Tracy Murray, Damon Stoudemire, Doug Christie, and there's one other name. And this name has not been put in there yet. I'm going to give you, you said Will Anderson. It should be Willie, but it's close enough. And you just jumped in. You're going to get your first points for that. Herb Williams? No, Herb Williams isn't one of the names. But this guy, the last guy, is somebody y'all have not named yet. Let's just put it that way. And he's kind of known because of one thing. He's known as one of the very first international players in Raptors history. So that may tell you right there. Yeah. Amit saying, I put Doug Christie and did not send. I don't see you saying Doug Christie. No, I don't see Doug Christie in there at all. You're on a timer. Remember that. Martin Lewis. See, he went and looked at it. Martin Lewis is not one of the names, but he is an original Raptor. That is an original Raptor. Amit got Doug Christie. I don't see Doug Christie. Fiercey got Doug Christie. Oh, yeah, I do see it. Yeah, never mind. Amit did get Doug Christie. Never mind. Okay, there you go. You didn't spell it right, Kareem, but you're going to get it. Esposito is the last name on the list. The 6 Raptors that shot over 78% from the free throw line in the original season were Dan O'Sullivan. He was number 1. Willie Anderson, number 2. Tracy Murray, number 3. Damon Stoudemire, number 4. Vincenzo Esposito, number 5. And Doug Christie, number 6. Those were the 6 Raptors that shot over 78% from the free throw line. Yeah, we're learning about our original season right here. Yeah. You thought Alvin could have done it? I don't know. Maybe Alvin shot like 75%. I was really trying to get the top 5 on each category and cutting it off. So it could be that they didn't shoot that bad. Yeah, the international clue gave it away. That's good. That's good. The other person would be Tabak, right? And you guys already answered him. All right, next question is this, guys. Which original Toronto Raptors in the first season shot over 30% from the three-point line? There were 5 guys that shot over 30% from the free throw line. That's not very high percentage. We're used to like 40% is good, 35%. So over 30% is kind of tough. Tracy Murray is number 1 answer. Obviously, Amit's going to get in there fast and get that one just ahead of Kareem. John Sally is not one of the answers. John Sally not really known for shooting his free throws. Three-pointers, I'm sorry, three-pointers. So it's not Sally. Let's see if anybody else can figure out the other 4 3-point shooters on this list. Damon Stoudemire is right. Amit. Alvin Robertson is right. And Doug Christie is right. So you guys have managed to get a few of those there. I think that somebody got Tracy Murray, Damon Stoudemire, Alvin Robertson. Alvin Robertson's on here, right? No, Alvin Robertson's not right. Tracy Murray, Doug Christie, Damon Stoudemire are all right. Those are all right, but not Alvin. Let's see. Yeah, Alvin didn't have that many. It didn't shoot that well from 3. Yeah. Kareem's not right with Alvin. So there's still 2 answers left. 2 more Raptors that shot over 30% from the three-point line in the first season of the Raptors. Willie Anderson is right. So Fiercey will get Willie Anderson. Alvin Williams is not an original Raptor, Trevor J. So don't put Alvin Williams in because he's not right. Yeah, so Willie Anderson is the 4th out of the 5th. And then there's one more name. And this name is out of position once again for this category. This is not somebody you would think would be on this list because of their position on the team. You wouldn't think they would be high on the 3-point shooting list, but they are. They're actually on there. They shot over 30% from 3. So the last name is also Tony Massenberg. You can keep saying him. Yeah, it's not Tony. It's not Herb Williams. It's not Oliver Miller. None of those big men. It's a different big man on the team that came in to the team that shot over 30% from 3. Yeah, but not those 3 guys. Jean Tabak is not right either, Fiercey. These are good guesses, guys. You're doing good. Mo Pete, Neil, we're talking about the first season of the Raptors. John Sally is not right. Jean Tabak is not right. Yeah, in some ways, this is a guy who's been an answer once already in this trivia. So he has been thrown out there already in the names. But it may not be that he's very front and center in y'all's minds right now. But yeah, he is one of the guys. Let's see. Sharon Wright is right. Fiercey's going to get this one. Sharon Wright is the center that shot over 30% from 3 for the Raptors in their first season. So the 5 shooters, the best shooters from 3, Tracy Murray, number 1, obviously. Doug Christie, number 2. Damon Stoudemire, number 3. Sharon Wright, number 4. And Willie Anderson, number 5 on that question. All right, let's keep going, guys. We still got 8 more questions. We're going the full 17 still. All right, so we are doing this one next. Which original Raptors shot over 50% from the field in the inaugural season? Who shot over 50% field goal percentage? And we actually have 6 guys on the team that managed to shoot over 50%. 50%. Yeah, Sharon Wright is right. Ha, 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 Fiercey. I'm going to give you a dunk for that one. I'm going to sneak a dunk in here real quick. That's pretty funny. All right, 187 for Fiercey Salsera. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see. What else is here? Damon Stoudemire shot 50%. No, he did not. He didn't shoot over 50% from the field. He took a lot of shots. He was high percentage. Jean Tabak is right. Kareem's going to get Jean Tabak. He's actually the number 1 answer on the list. DeRozan, come on, Neil. We're playing original Raptors season. Only first year Raptors. None of the other years. No Mo Pete, no DeRozan, no Alvin Williams. This is only the 20 players who played in the first season that are answers. Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller is exactly right. He is second on the list after Tabak. So Fiercey's going to get Oliver Miller. Doug Christie. Doug Christie is not right, Trevor J. Sorry. Herb Williams is not right. Sorry. He did not shoot over 50%, Kareem. Alvin Williams, once again, was not a Raptor in the first season, guys. Alvin Robertson. No, he is not one of the answers either. No, he is not. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew's right. They've got to be big men. So it's mostly just big men. It's guys that are right up next to the basket that make a lot of shots. 50% is a high clip. And having 6 players on the first team shoot over 50% is pretty impressive in some ways, if you ask me. We've got the top 2, and that's it. Jean Tabak and Oliver Miller. There's 4 other names on this list. Y'all got to figure it out. Tony Massenberg. Finally, it pays off for you, Kareem. You're going to get Tony Massenberg. He is on this list. And Carlos Rogers is too, Andrew. So you can get Rogers and Massenberg are 3 and 4. We still got 2 more names. Sharon Wright is number 5. So Fiercey's going to get Sharon Wright. And there's one more name. And one more name is the last name on the list, number 6, who shot over 50%. Yeah, let's see who can get this one. This is actually this is a name that's been an answer a couple times now. And let's see. John Sally's not right. Yeah, you notice John Sally didn't do jack shit for the Raptors, did he? No, he didn't. Tracy Murray is not right either, Monique. These outside shooters, they don't shoot over 50%. It's got to be the centers. John Sally is still not right, guys. Yeah, the last name is, yeah, there you go. Fiercely got it. It's Ed Pickney. Ed Pickney shot over 50% also. So the top shooters in the Raptors' first year, Jean Tabak, number 1. Oliver Miller, number 2. Carlos Rogers, number 3. Tony Massenberg, number 4. Sharon Wright, and then Ed Pickney. Ed Pickney is the 6th name on the over 50% shooting for the Raptors' first season. There you go. We're going to switch this up even more, guys, and right now. So be ready right here. Oh, my gosh. All right, guys. Which original Raptors? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 answers on this one. Which original Toronto Raptors in the first season were paid over $1 million that year? 7 players were paid over $1 million the very first year of the Raptors. What were the 7 players that were paid over $1 million? Damon Stoudemire is one of the answers, Fiercey. He's not number 1, though. That's crazy. Oliver Miller is one of the answers, Amit. You'll get Oliver Miller. Yep, those guys are both there. Damon made $1.3 million. Oliver Miller made $2.4 million. Let's see. John Sally is number 1 on the list. John Sally made $2.4 million. And you see, he ain't been on any of these other lists, and we paid that man the most money that year. $2.4 million. The highest paid Raptor in the first season was John Sally, y'all. Seriously. Carlos Rogers is not one of the names, Andrews. Good guess. Tracy Murray was one of the lowest paid players on that season, Amit. He was a bargain. He was paid $225 million in the first season of the Raptors, the veteran minimum. That's right. We got a lot of good out of Tracy Murray, but he's not on this list. Alvin Robertson. Nope. He was just like Tracy Murray. We paid him $225 million, $225,000 in the first season also. Doug Christie, is he one of those names? No, he's not. He's not one of the names on there. Tracy Murray. No, not Tracy Murray. John Sally paid well, but he didn't show up. Only for his party. Yeah, they paid the hell out of John Sally, but he's useless to the team. Jean Tabak. Amit says Jean Tabak. Nope, Jean Tabak didn't make $1 million that year. Martin Lewis? Nah, he was on that minimum too. Oakley. No, you're in the wrong era. Once again, Blackhawk. Charles Oakley was not a first-year Raptor. Alvin Robertson was paid the veteran minimum, guys. So we got John Sally. We got Oliver Miller. And we got Damon Stoudemire. There's still 4 names on this list. One of them didn't even play for the Raptors. He was on the roster, but he never made the court the whole entire year. One of them's been named already, but has not been an answer to the answers. One of them is continued to be around, and then another one is one that you guys keep answering at different points. So we'll have to see who gets in there. Herb Williams is not right. AC Earl is. So Amit's going to get AC Earl. AC Earl made exactly $1 million the first year of the Raptors. AC Earl. Ed Pickney is one of the names, Kareem. So you got Ed Pickney. Ed Pickney made $1.9 million in the first year. Yeah, Willie Anderson is right, Fiercey, even though you spelled his name crazy. Willie Anderson made $2.1 million. He was the 3rd highest paid Raptor in the first season. So there's one more name left. Y'all vultured him up. And this one last guy got traded to the Raptors with Carlos Rogers when they traded BJ Armstrong to Golden State before the season started. He showed up to training camp, and Brendan Malone hated him right away. And they basically cut him, but they still had to pay him over $1 million for the first year. Yeah. So if you guys can figure this out, if you know the history of the Raptors, you'll know this one. So it's got to be somebody who was in the BJ Armstrong trade, the very first trade in Raptors history, where we traded BJ Armstrong to the Golden State Warriors, and we got Carlos Rogers and this other player for him. If you can figure out who it is, Dog Crusty, you better take him to the vet. That's what I would say about that. Yeah, Herb Williams is not right. You better figure it out. Somebody, Seagull, Ahmet Gaming right here, please. He's got one half of the name. Jimmy King is not right. Yeah, Jimmy King is not right either. He was a draft pick. He was our second round draft pick. That's how we acquired Jimmy King of the Fab Five of Michigan. Yeah, it is not that. Yeah, Seagull me, please. I'm going to say Seagull me, please. This is so funny. Dunk for Ahmet. Yeah, we're going to give him a dunk for that. That's hilarious. He wants to know. He knows that one of the half of the name, y'all. All right, 20 dunks for Ahmet. I love it. That's so funny. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's got half the name, y'all, if you can figure it out. Who got traded for BJ Armstrong from the Golden State Warriors with Carlos Rogers? He was so out of shape and just like a piece of garbage to Brandon Miller. He's like, I don't want to play you. I'm going to cut you in training camp. And that kind of happened. They did cut him in training camp, even though the Raptors had to pay him $1.6 million in the first year. This guy made $1.6 million from the Raptors. He never played for us. Never, ever played for us in the first season. Yeah, that was part of the crap with the expansion teams is some of the other teams were dumping bad contracts like John Sally and Oliver Miller and this guy on us. In some ways, that was the whole deceitful thing about the expansion is like, oh, let's get rid of some bad contracts on other teams to help them and saddle them on this new team. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, if the first initial, so David's adjudicated that if you can put the first initial with the name, that you can get it. But yeah, Ahmet's there almost. He's halfway there, but he doesn't know it. Yeah, but he's living on a prayer. Yeah, that's right. Victor Alexander is right. Andrew's going to get it. Victor Alexander, you big piece of crap, showing up to the team overweight and getting paid by $1.6 million. Victor Alexander is exactly right. He's going to give you 50 for that. That's amazing. Good job, David. I totally like that decision. Yeah, Victor Alexander, the Raptor that didn't play for the Raptors, that was an original Raptor. He was technically on our roster, but he never saw any single moment of action. Coach Malone would not let him get out there and embarrass us. That's right. Good job, Andrew. Victor Alexander. That's right. You have his basketball card? Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth anything, right? All right, let's keep going. Yeah, so let's do the salaries breakdowns. Like John Sally got paid $2.4 million, and he has not been on the list of any of these leaderboards. So he was really bad for us. As far as like John Sally has not been an answer until now, and he was the highest paid player that year. Oliver Miller, number 2, that was better. He earned his contract to a degree because we've seen how much Oliver Miller has been on all these questions so far. Willie Anderson, $2.1 million. That's okay. Ed Pickney maybe was overpriced at 1.9. Victor Alexander at 1.6. Yeah, that's messed up. Damon made less. He made 1.3. And then AC Earl making 1. Yeah, all right. We got a few more questions, guys. The next question is, which original Toronto Raptors were older than 30 in the inaugural season? Which ones of the Raptors, there's 4 of them, were over 30 years old in the first year of the Raptors? There were 4 original Raptors that were over 30 years old. Which were those 4? John Sally's definitely on that list. Good job, Kareem, getting John Sally on this one. Yeah, he's good for money and age. That's it. He was 31. Alvin Robertson is on this list, Fiercey. He was 33 at the time. That's right. Damon Stoudemire, he was a rookie. What are you talking about, Andrew? No, he was a rookie at that time. So Herb Williams is right. Herb Williams was the oldest player in the Raptors the first season. He was 37 when he played the one game for the Raptors. So our oldest Raptor that year was 37-year-old Herb Williams. So there's one name left on this list, and y'all haven't gotten him yet. Jean Tabak is not right. Tracy Murray is not right. Yeah, he was 37 the first year. Ed Pickney is right. So Ahmet Gaming is going to get Ed Pickney. Now, Ahmet, you're doing this off the top of your head. I'm actually pretty impressed if you are. Seriously. Because you're zeroing in and getting it. So the oldest Raptors were Herb Williams, 37, Alvin Robertson, 33, Ed Pickney, 32, and John Sally was 31. in the first season of the Raptors. All right, let's do the inverse. Which Raptors were 23 or younger in the inaugural season? There are 5 guys on the team that were under 23 or 23 or younger on that team. Which Raptors? Yeah, don't half-ass me, Andrew. You can't do that. That's not good. You can't do that. You got to write the full name. Oliver Miller. Trevor J., you think Oliver Miller? No, it's not Oliver Miller. Doug Christie? Doug Christie? No, Doug Christie wasn't under 23 at that time, Kareem. Damon Stoudemire is. Sorry, Andrew. You got to put the full name in. So Fiercey will get Damon Stoudemire. You keep giving like the same 5 answers. I know that's part of why I wanted to do it this way, so we could spread it out and not just write everything in there. So yeah, that's part of why I want to do this way, so everybody could jump in and have fun and kind of just, it's kind of like y'all are just vultures jumping on the carrion, but it's all right. Jean Tabak is not one of the younger players on the Raptors that year, but Sharpness Right. Man, autocorrect is not your friend, Kareem. That is, I don't know, David, how do you want to do that? Because that is one of the names. It's just that, oh my gosh, we can't. Can we let him have Sharpness Right? You're going to give it to him. Okay, Sharon Wright. Yeah, Sharon Wright. He's got it right there. Yeah, Tracy Murray is not one of the younger Raptors. So we've got Damon and Sharon Wright. There's still 3 other names, and some of them have only been barely mentioned. One guy's not been mentioned at all. Not been mentioned at all. Martin Lewis. Yes, Andrew. Martin Lewis is the youngest player on the original Raptors. He was only 20. He was the youngest player in the Raptors' first season. So Martin Lewis is number 1. Jimmy King is right. Amit Gaming. Of course, the rookies, you got to go with the rookies. Jimmy King was one of those guys, and he was 22 at the time, just like Damon Stoudemire. Now, there's one more answer, and it's a player that was on our team that has not been mentioned at all in this trivia at all. And I will give you guys some clues on how to get their name. He has the same first name as the most celebrated wrestler that's turned into an actor in the history of wrestling. That this guy is the real deal, Holyfield. He's done the most movies after wrestling. If you know that guy's name, you'll know this guy's name, his first name, at least. That's all I'll say, is he has the same first name as yeah, but his real first name is what I'm saying. Yeah, did Andrew get it? Yeah, Martin Lewis is one of the answers he's already gotten, but there's another answer still. There's another answer. Carlos Rogers is not right. Dan O'Sullivan is not right. He was not one of the younger players. Yeah, you got to know the first name of that person, Fiercey. And then the last name, you want a last name clue? Oh, geez. I don't know how to do a clue for this last name. It's just that, well, his last name has the second part of it is a clearing in a forest. A clearing in the forest is what his last name is part. Like, yeah, Dwayne Wade. No, not Dwayne Wade, but you got the right first name. You got the right first name. Yeah, and the last name has the same first initial. So how about that? It's Dwayne W something is what the answer. Yeah, and yeah, clearing in the forest. Yeah, clearing in the forest. What do you call that? Yeah. You guys are getting closer. Getting closer. It's Dwayne W, and the word for a clearing in the forest is a great clue right there. Yeah, David's laughing about it. He's seeing what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. So I don't know. You guys can figure this out. Dwayne Field, very close. There's a 4 letters before Field in the second name, and then you'll get it. That's right. Dwayne Creek? No. Dwayne Field is, yeah, this is funny. David thinks this is so funny. Dwayne Creek. Yeah, Dwayne something. Yeah, this guy didn't play a whole lot, but he was an original Raptor, technically. And this is why we got to remember everybody. So y'all can remember original Raptor, Dwayne something. Let's see, Dwayne W. Field. That's right. Ahmed's got it mostly right. So we just got to figure out what's a name that has that. Andrew said Dwayne Wackfield. I don't know. Is that a normal name? Think about what would be a name that has a W with field at the end of it, and try and put that in there. Maybe. I don't know. Who's the famous person that has that last name? I can't. No, that doesn't work. I can't think of it. Yeah. Dwayne W. Flower Garden. Maybe we'll just let this one go because I don't think anybody's going to get it. Dwayne Wingfield. No, these are good guesses, though. We can keep trying to do this if you guys are having fun with it. Wildfield? No. It is 4 letters that is in front of the field. Dwayne Willafield Willfield? It's getting closer. Dwayne Whitfield. There you go. Kareem Thomas got it. His name was Dwayne Whitfield. Whitfield. That is it. Yeah, look at that. David, give Kareem some points for this, man. Think of this. Yeah, Dwayne Whitfield is right. 25? You're only going to give him 25 for that? That was like pulling teeth right now. All right, 50. All right, cool. Cool. Yeah, give him 50 for Dwayne Whitfield because honestly, that's a hard one. So the youngest Raptors in the first year were Martin Lewis, who was 20, Jimmy King and Damon Stoudemire were 22, Dwayne Whitfield and Sharon Wright were 23. So yeah, good job getting the youngest Raptors. All right, we still got 4 more questions, guys. So let's do this. Now be ready on this one. Give me my little marker and be ready. Just be careful, guys, here. All right? Be careful. Yeah, your favorite player, Dwayne Whitfield. I'm going to give you a dunk, Andrew. That your favorite player is Dwayne Whitfield, 47 dunks for Andrew, AK-47, Andre Kirilenko. Yeah, all right, here we go. Real quick, who can type this in the fastest? Who was the shortest player on the original Toronto Raptors team? Who was the shortest player on the original Raptors team? Full name it. Do not half-ass me. It'll matter, yeah. Yeah, I could have done Lynn Whitfield. Damon Stoudemire is right. Amit's going to get in there really quickly and get it right away. So Amit's going to get it. Yeah, of course, Mighty Mouse was the shortest player on our original Raptors team for sure. So let's turn around and say, who was the tallest player on the Toronto Raptors original team in its inaugural season? Who was the tallest player on the Raptors that year? Yeah, Lynn Whitfield. I should have made that clue. Jean Tabak is right. Kareem Thomas. He was the only true 7-footer on the original Raptors team. Jean Tabak is the answer. And Amit, you're just behind Kareem on that one. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, there's that question. Good job, guys. And David, man, you're doing outstanding at scoring this, man. I know this hasn't been easy. David's juggling a lot right now, honestly. And, man, I can only imagine trying to run this by myself right now. I don't think I'd be able to. Seriously. So, David, you have been absolutely essential today. 3 more questions, guys. All right, this is a little bit of a heady one. This is one for advanced metrics. This is for the real nerds in the basketball world. That's right. Yeah, Jean Tabak reminded you of Drago from Rocky. Man, you got to read this prehistoric book by Alex Wong. You'll learn about Jean Tabak. There's like funny stories about him and what he used to do when he was on the team. So definitely buy Alex Wong's book, Prehistoric, because it tells you more stories about these people we're talking about today. And you really get to know them better. There was no open gym in the first season. So we didn't really know the behind the scenes personalities of the original Raptors, but Prehistoric does a good job of giving you some ideas of what they were like. And yeah, Tabak was a cool dude. Let's just put it that way. Very, very cool dude. Yeah. Fiercely saying another actor, DeAndre Whitfield, Cutie Patootie. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know where Smooth is. Smooth's not here today. Muggsy Bogues? No, come on. Raptors. All right. Here's the next question, guys. Which original Toronto Raptors had higher than the NBA average player efficiency rating? That's their per. And that means they were over 15 in the inaugural season. 15. Who had a higher than 15 per in the first season of the Raptors? There are 4 players that had a higher than the NBA average per. Let's see. Yeah, Fiercey's going to say Damon Stoudemire. That is right. He is one of them. Damon Stoudemire had the 3rd highest per. He was not the highest, though. John Sally is not right. Jean Tabak is not right. So those are not right. Tracy Murray is right, though. Amit Gaming getting Tracy Murray, who had the 2nd highest per. He had a 16.8 per in the first season. Yeah, not John Sally for damn sure, not Tabak. But Stoudemire was 3rd. He only had a 16.7. So number 1 and number 4 on this list are still available. We'll have to see who. Oliver Miller is one of the answers. Kareem Thomas will get Oliver Miller. He was number 4 on the list. His per was pretty good for efficiency. 16.2 was Oliver Miller's efficiency. So there's one more name and he had the best efficiency in the first season of the Raptors. And you guys have not gotten him yet. Alvin Robertson is not right. Willie Anderson is not right. Yeah. It's per. Yeah, it's PER. I know it's per. I'm saying per. PER. The PER. Per. I just say per because it's the acronym, the player efficiency rating. Yeah, you're a nerd for that stat. I know you are. But this is kind of a telling stat. Even though Stoudemire was the leading scorer and then obviously the rookie of the year and the best player on the Raptors, he didn't have the highest per, which is very interesting. PER. Yeah, Tracy Murray was already guessed, and he is on the list. He is number 2 on the list. He had a higher PER than Damon Stoudemire, actually. It's said that as the letters, not the word. It's different places. We do it different places, Amit. We can say PER. We can say per. You can say it either way. I don't know what the official ESPN rules are. I don't give a shit. I don't follow them. Fuck them. If I say per, I'll say I've heard people say per. Yeah, heard people say per. Ed Pickney's not right. Ed Pickney is not the number one per PER on the team. The player efficiency rating is not Ed Pickney. Ed Pickney did not have the best efficiency on the team. No, he didn't. Yeah, but this is a guy who's been on this list in a couple of surprising places already. And you'd be surprised that he was the most efficient Raptor in the first season. So, yeah, I'll say that he came to the team in the middle of the season. Yeah, Carlos Rogers is not right. Carlos Rogers is another good guess. Sharon Wright is right. Wright is right. Once again, Fiercey Salcera. Sharon Wright was the most efficient player on the Raptors in the first season. He had a 17.3 PER. There you go. Yeah, 17.3. That's pretty good. Yeah, probably per Ahmed is right because per may be referring to per 36 minutes. Yeah, I mean, if you say the short form, I don't want to quabble about this shit. I've always said per my whole life. I've never ever said PER. In some ways, I don't designated that. Maybe I am wrong, but I don't care. I've talked about this with people before in basketball conversations, and they've never corrected me on this before. So either way, you guys know what I mean. That's all that matters, right? So yeah, Doug Christie wasn't right either. So yeah, those were the ones there. Per, my cat. Yeah. So the highest per PER was Sharon Wright, Tracy Murray, Damon Stoudemire, and Oliver Miller. They were the only 4 players on the team that had a higher than the average in the league. All right, let's switch it up even more, guys. I've told y'all there were 20 players on the Raptors' original roster. Only one did not play. 19 of them did play for the Raptors at some point. Victor Alexander did not. So this question is very interesting. It's totally different than the other ones. How many different original Toronto Raptors got to start in a game during the first season? How many of those 19 players that played for the Raptors the first season got the opportunity to start one of the games during that season? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Amit is our resident genius. You spelled that so weird. No, it's not names, guys. I'm not asking for the people who got to start. I'm asking for the number. How many of those Raptors got to start in a game? I don't want the names. I want a number for this answer. Yeah, 9. Amit's saying 9. Amit's saying, I'll be back in a few minutes. I don't know if trivia will be running when I'm back. There's 2 more answers. We'll be done. We'll be done. 9 is too low. I'll say that. 12 is not right. 16 is right. Kareem Thomas has gotten it. 16 out of the 19 original Raptors got to start games. Only 3 of them didn't, and Victor Alexander. So that's it. 16 is right. Kareem got it. So isn't that crazy? I mean, you don't have to list all 16 names. No, that's too crazy. 75 points for Kareem on that one. That's really good. Yeah, 16 out of the 19. Talk about not having a set starting lineup. Brendan Malone was known for punishing players and benching them and throwing whoever he felt like was playing better at the time. So everybody on that team got to start pretty much except for Vincenzo Esposito, Martin Lewis, and I forget who the other person was. Herb Williams, I think. Everybody else got to start on the whole squad. Everybody else got at least one start on the team. Yeah, that's a good guess. 16 out of the 19 got to start. Isn't that crazy? That just shows how chaotic the first year was. All right, and the last question, guys. You guys remember this game we used to play on this channel in trivia called High Low? Well, you guys are on the 20-second timer, and you only get one guess per answer, and it's going to be a number. And I do want to get as close to the number as possible. So remember when we did the players' salaries before? And I said, how much do you think this person made in their career earnings on Classic Jurassic Trivia? Well, this is a similar kind of question. So be ready to answer it this way. This is once again a number answer, not for names, okay? All right, here's the question. What was the attendance, total attendance, for the whole entire inaugural season the Raptors played at Skydome? How many people came to the games at Skydome in the first year of the Raptors? The total number, not just average per game. I want the total sum of how many people passed through and bought tickets in the first year of the Raptors. Yeah, and you don't even know what that capacity of the Skydome was so crazy with the 500 level. And it's 41 games, obviously, because it's an 82-game season. Only 41 games were played in Skydome in the first year. So, yeah, y'all need to guess, and I'll say high or low, and y'all can go from there. So somebody be bold and throw in that first number so I can tell you whether it's high or low. We'll play some prices right real quick right here. 800,000. That is too low, Andrew, but thank you for being daring. That is too low. Too low. 1.2 million is too high, Fiercey. So we've got the range. It's between 800,000 and 1.2 million. 18,000 is way too low, Trevor. That's enough for one Raptors game in Scotiabank. 640,000 is too low. 1 million is too high, Fiercey. 1 million is too high. So the range is between 800,000 and 1 million at this point. So, yeah, keep going. I want to see who can get it closest. I think David will try and get it to like the highest 10,000, to the closest 10,000. 950,000 is too high. It's close. That's close. Actually, that's good enough, David. Andrew, I'm going to give it to Andrew. He got it. It's 950,000. It's technically 950,330, but that's close enough. Andrew gets it. He's close enough right there. 950,000 is the right answer with 330 to spare. So, yeah, 100 points to Andrew getting the last answer. So, yeah, there you go. 950,330 people went to Raptor game in the first season at the Skydome. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, he's got Justin Bieber celebrating. You want him to come out and celebrate with you real quick since you did that? All right, let's get Justin here. Let's see. Justin's going to come celebrate with Andrew since he's put him on here. Justin, are you proud of Andrew for getting that answer just now and knowing the Raptors had 950,330 tickets sold in their first season at the Skydome? Okay. Yeah, you're always so soft-spoken. He's tired in the morning these days. I think since we moved out to the woods, he works so hard during the day, and he's a late riser. He doesn't like getting up until like noon. So this is too early for him and stuff like that. So in some ways, I should just let him go back to sleep. Justin, I want you to know that you're my son. I have sons you. It's just like in the Raptors tradition of champagne. Yes, I have sons you, Justin. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. You're my son. Is that mean or what? No, Justin. My gosh. He went for the jugular. Oh my gosh. Damn. Woo, 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 woo. Holy crap, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. There you go. Round of applause for David. David, no, seriously, I want a round of applause for David for how we just scored this trivia. That was haphazard chaos. And the fact that David was taking in like 6 different answers, scoring it, and keeping it all under track, man, good job, David. Seriously. I may have written the answers in the questions, but David he did some work today just now. Holy crap. Because I was moving it along pretty good, man. Yeah, that was fun. Very, very good stuff. Very good stuff. You're saying poor Justin. No, did you see how he tried to bite me just now? I think he's gone a little feral since we came out of the country. When we were downtown, he's more domesticated. But now he's out here. He's getting back to his wild instincts. And I guess that's why he went for the jugular. Yeah, David's saying, Lex did these questions, though. I was on an effing bus for nearly 8 hours yesterday. Yeah, David's bus trip from Ottawa back to Toronto was hell. And there was some delays and all kinds of stuff. So he was stuck in that bus. So, yeah, I decided to do old school stats trivia for the first season. I hope y'all learned something. You learned that Victor Alexander and John Sally were no help to us in the beginning of the season, first season of the Raptors. And, yeah, we got really good bargains off of Tracy Murray, Alvin Robertson. Oliver Miller actually came through and earned his keep, even though he was one of the higher paid Raptors. Yeah, Damon Stoudemire, you see where he ranks in the whole thing of things. Willie Anderson, very important in the first year also. Yeah, so it's a little history lesson. Is that what we like to do on the trivia sometimes? And yeah, this is a little bit of education here. All right, let's keep going on what we got today. Let's see. I got Instagram stories. Emmanuel quickly has got your journey depends on your habits, your self-talk, your discipline, and your consumption patterns. You decide your journey. There you go. Emmanuel's very particular about his life. I've heard him actually say on his Twitch stream, if something's going on in the Twitch stream, he said, oh, this is not for me. This is not my thing. And like, he's very particular. He doesn't want bad energy around him. He doesn't want people that aren't in the like-minded way of him as far as positive, speaking to God, doing it for God, and kind of just being like a good energy around him. He's very, very sensitive to this. And that's part of his keys to success. And I love that he has that kind of rigidness to himself about being around good energy and wanting the best and only speaking good things into his life. So I really appreciate that about our starting point guard, Emmanuel Quickly. I really, really do. Gary Trent Sr., he's got that crazy stuff always on his Instagrams. He's like, some lady's trying to say, no, I don't want to even drink. But then she's like, no, 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 don't pour that in there. And the guy's still pouring it in there. He's like, and she's like, oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. I'll take this white wine. And she's all about, oh, she was the one pouring it. That's the silliness. She's trying to act like she didn't want it, but she's actually the one pouring it. You cannot stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. Gary Trent Sr. with some advice. If you're in those environments and people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. I love it. And then he's got like some chimpanzee getting her hair cut. And she's like, when she takes out her braids and gets that fresh blowout. Yeah, this is kind of funny. And then the last one by Gary is saying, when they bring up my past mistakes to try and humbly, Virgo's laughing. Tyler Creator is like saying, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. And he's not upset. Slim Duck has got some cool footage of him at the ballroom at Summer League. He's putting up shots as a Raptors training camp, and he's the song's playing, and like he's all about coming back for redemption. I think Chris has a lot to prove, and hopefully Darko will give him the opportunities on the Raptors this season to get out there and show new sides of himself, and that he's ever changing with the ever changing landscape of the NBA. So Chris Boucher, I'm rooting for you, guy. And I love seeing all the workout stuff on your Instagram stories this whole entire year. You're a fantastic NBA player, and we love you, man. We want to see our Canadian guy continue to do well, our champion on our team. Jay Nathan has gotten some new shoes, and they're serious players only shoes. There's a green one and a pink one. So yeah, Jonathan Mobo getting some new shoes. And then he's saying also this, I love when our why is this happening turns into thank you, God. Amen. So Jay Nathan showing his profession to Christ and Jesus in his Instagram stories right now. Wubbs has got a clip of him when he's younger, a whole montage of him playing in academy. And, there's some cool stuff. There's some dunk highlight there. I'm really excited to see Jacoby Walter. In some ways, he's not getting the spotlight or attention that he honestly deserves in some ways, because he is our number one first round draft pick. And Jacoby Walter has some real potential. But in some ways, the stuff with Shamshay, Mobo, that's kind of been overshadowing it. But in some ways, we're going to see something with Jacoby. Watch. We are. 95, the Raptor is saying to everybody, have a great first week of rolling into classes, Raptor students. We the North, Raptor Rewind. That's the Raptor mascot on his Instagram story saying, welcome back to school, children. Isaac Bonga's got some highlights of him playing in the EuroLeague right now. He's got a nice layup on that one. SGA saying happy birthday to Nickel Alexander Walker, his cousin, saying happy birthday, twins. And he's got some fun pictures of Nickel from things like, I think there's a picture of Nickel on a flight coming back from France, and he's tired and he's sleeping against the thing. It's a little bit embarrassing. Lloyd saying a lot can happen in a month. Trust God. There you go, Lloyd. That's right. And he's at some sort of print shop, and there's some really cool posters where Lloyd is right there. Shamshay's got some kid from Africa on blast who's playing for Duke. I'm not even sure who the guy is. Kelly Olynyk was celebrating the birthday of somebody. I think it's whose birthday is it? It's got to be one of his parents' birthday. Both his parents are there. We see his dad, the coach Olynyk, and we see Arlene Olynyk, the former scorekeeper for the Raptors, former employee for the Raptors. There's both his parents, and they're cheersing some wine. So it looks like Kelly and his wife and his parents are there. It's really cool, nice little family picture on Kelly's Instagram stories. Raptors 905 showing more and more highlights on their Instagram stories. So if you're interested in reliving Raptors 905 season last year, well, there's all kinds of highlights on there to always watch. And once again, they're doing open tryouts. If you want to try out for the Raptors G League team, $25 to try out for the Raptors 905. Man, don't mess around with this. Go down there if you can hoop and go and try and make the team. You could be playing with Ulrich Shamshay. Seriously, you could be playing with Shamshay if you go down there. You just got to try out. OVO Center, September the 21st. They got two different sessions from 9 a.m. to noon, and then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it's $225 right now. But in 2 days, it's going to be $275. So if you're on the fence about it, you better decide. Dylan Disu doing some workouts. It looks like positional ISOs. Not totally sure what he's doing there. It looks like he's doing some sort of like NFL drill with pushing weights, doing some sit-ups a little bit there too. Yeah, and there's let's see, Miles Burns has got some of his 905 highlights on his Instagram stories this morning. Really cool to see. And then Jamal Shed doing an interview with some Houston people in the studio. So Jamal Shed's got more stuff coming out. It's Perspectives, Jamal Shed interview. And then Siakam released another leadership video. He did the leadership video last week talking about his vets, Kyle and DeMar, Patrick Patterson. Well, this time he's talking about the second part of leadership is when he's been a leader and he's tried to talk to people, when they tune out and you can tell they're not really listening to him, it's a real big turnoff to him. And I don't know if this is Siakam talking about his time with the Raptors. And like he said, when he showed up with the Pacers, he was saying everybody there was so I didn't want to be a pushy leader when I first came in. So I was kind of just observing. But then I started to point out things to young players on the Pacers, and they were very receptive to it. And I really appreciated that. The young players like Andrew Nebhard were listening to old vet like Siakam on his experience as an NBA champion, a most improved player, all-star, an all NBA team player. And, in some ways, I don't know if Siakam's alluding to in this piece that some of the Raptors last year or the years before were not listening to him correctly, because that's kind of what he was saying in this clip is basically what I'm saying right now. So, yeah, there's your Instagram stories. Go check out what Siakam's saying, and you tell me what he's saying in his latest leadership clip on the Instagram stories. That's right. That's right. There you go. There's your Instagram stories. Check in with the Raptors, baby. Raptors, baby. Yeah. Fiercely saying, what bus company, David? I will not choose it upon planning my potential stay in Toronto. I refuse to drive. Train's really good too. My mom has done the train from Ottawa to Toronto a couple times. In fact, she might have to do it in the next couple of weeks, actually. So she's considering either a plane ride or a train ride. But yeah, train's good. Train's not bad. The cost is part of it. David kind of went over the different costs of each mode of transportation. Steve Martin and John Candy. Whether you go planes, trains, or automobiles, may you just get home in time for your holiday. That's what I would say right there. Yeah. Fiercely saying, I made a huge decision this year as my milestone birthday was imminent and extremely special. Removed 75% of people with empty energy issues from my surroundings. I'm in agreement with IQ. No bad energy. That's tough to do. But in some ways, you get that little gut feeling inside you about people. And sometimes, people can seem like they really are really close friends, but their energy may be off. And in some ways, it's sometimes that they're frenemies and you don't even know it on the down low. Could very well be that to your face, they're very friendly. But while you're away, they're gossiping like hell. And they're kind of putting all your business to places where you don't really want your business to go. So I commend you on this. In some ways, I've done the same thing. It's weird. I guess as you get older, it's not about being popular anymore. It's about quality, once again, over quantity. In some ways, when you're younger, you want to have as many friends as possible and be popular. But as you get older, it's kind of like, I just want to have a couple of really good friends I really can trust. And they're really, really quality people to have around. So this is a pattern that I've also mimicked, also fiercely, and I get it. Your life, you get more time for the people that are actually really good for you when you make the right decisions like this. So yeah, it really, with Emmanuel, it's partly his mindset. Like he very much has trained his mind to not think in negative ways. He doesn't go into negative thought patterns. He's only speaking and thinking of things that are for him and that will benefit him. Because we can get mired in thought processes that are just horrible for ourselves. We can be our worst critics. Our inner voice could be so mean to us. And Emmanuel quickly, when he hears those kind of doubting voices in his head, he naysays them. He said, that is not the right energy. He can identify it when it's starting to happen, and he doesn't have no time for it, is kind of how he handles it. But yeah, that's one way of looking at it. And then also the external people around you and their energy and how they give you energy. It's very good to be aware and cognizant of it and, figure out the ones that are good for you. It's not that I want you to weed out your friends, everybody. Most of y'all probably have a good friend group already. But if you're feeling a little about somebody for some reason, there may be a reason. There may be a reason. Intuition does not lie sometimes. That's right. That's right. There you go. Trevor's saying, Lex, what do you think about that write-up about Toronto having the best rebuild in the Eastern Conference? I didn't actually read it, Trevor, but I did see you posted that. Well, I'll agree with it. There's a very interesting article on ESPN this morning It's basically the article's by this kid named I guess his name's Neil or something. Neil Payne. He looks very young. He's probably a younger ESPN writer. And the article is called "Which of the 30 NBA teams have the most or least continuity?" And well, the Raptors are on the list on one of the ends, and it is the least continuity. Well, that's obvious. We traded all of our main players last year for new main players. But the team with the most continuity apparently is the Houston Rockets. They've had the most continuity of returning players with Fred and Alperin, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, all that kind of stuff. Orlando number 2 for a continuity. They've kept their team pretty close together. Boston number 3. Number 4, Oklahoma City. And then tied for 5 were the Lakers and the Cavs. Now, in some ways, you could say that's interesting. And that's, that's good. You're keeping your nucleus together. But also, I would say in cases like the Lakers, they just didn't add anything and they just kept the same team. In some ways, you can see where the Lakers are. Is this a good thing to have continuity? I don't think so, because they haven't been that good. So I can understand the Celtics want to have continuity because they're the champions. But, the continuity of the Lakers is not necessarily good for them in the fact that they weren't very good last year. Now, the team with the very least amount of continuity apparently is the Washington Wizards. But they say that they don't really have any players that they got recently that are good for the long term either. So they're just a mess. But they said for the Raptors, they said we're second with the least amount of continuity, but tied with the Sixers, y'all. This really surprised me. The Sixers have had as much turnover as we have had, apparently, according to this. And they're both saying that both of our situations are different than the Wizards because we actually, this is what he says exactly. Committing to move on from the remnants of the 2019 title-winning squad, the Raptors find themselves near the bottom of the continuity list. This team lost more than 50% of its weighted WAR from the past 3 seasons when it parted ways with Siakam, Anunoby, and Van Vliet, and another 16% when Trent signed with the Bucks in July. Unlike Washington, though, the Raptors can argue that they are bringing back players who might be part of Toronto's next contender squad in the form of Barnes, Barrett, and Quickley, the latter 2 of whom were acquired from the New York Knicks in the midseason trade that sent Anunoby packing. Whether the rest of the roster has continuity or not, it's good to have those types of building blocks on hand. So he's pretty fair about it. And the fact that the Raptors and the Sixers both have the second most least continuity of their roster coming into this season, it's really telling. In some ways, they're saying on the Sixers, just as more continuity isn't always better, the Sixers are an example of how less of it isn't necessarily a terrible thing. So in some ways, they shuffled up and dealed a little bit for Nick Nurse after his first season at the Sixers to get more players that he kind of likes more, probably, as part of it. Mo Bamba gone, DeAnthony Melton gone, Nicholas Batum gone. And they come in with new players like Drummond, like Paul George, people like that. So it's kind of interesting. The other teams with not much continuity, obviously the Brooklyn Nets, the Charlotte Hornets, those are the other teams rounding out the bottom 5. But yeah, I think that in some ways this just makes sense about the Raptors. Our continuity got completely changed when we traded so many players last year. And that, I'm not upset about this. I think that we do have the best rebuild in the Eastern Conference, Trevor. I do. I don't need to read that article to believe that. And it's really because of Scotty, Emmanuel, and RJ. Yeah. Andrew's saying, I hope Jacoby develops into a killer shot maker. Him and Grady on the wings with Scotty. Man, the thing about Jacoby Walter is he could go either way. He could be a bust. He could be somebody that just does not pan out in the NBA, but he could also be very, very special. So I'm hoping he'll be as special as possible. We'll just have to see. Some of it's very much on him, and the work ethic and the talent is there, I think. We'll just have to see how it translates to the NBA game and how much he can control and do things on the court. The thing about Jacoby Walter is he's one of these kind of baller scorer guys. It's on feel. In some ways, he's not necessarily totally I'm not going to say he's not a fundamental player, but a lot of what he does is with feel and getting hot and getting kind of like in a groove. If he gets in a groove, he can get really, really going good. And he could be one of those guys that is on fire, is what I'm saying. So that's the thing I'm interested about Jacoby Walter is if like he's getting in a real zone, he could be a real dangerous player in this league because he's that kind of guy that can create shots in weird ways. And he's very twisty and athletic. And he will put that ball in the hoop because he's a hooper. And that's part of it right there. Yeah. Yeah. Fiercely saying Jacoby and Ulrich are our underdogs, just waiting and rooting for them to kill it. Yeah, and both of them are going to need time to develop. They're going to have their own career arcs and paths, and we'll just see how they're going to go. In some ways, I have more confidence in Shamshay than Walter, which is kind of crazy, seeing as Walter was the number 19th pick, and Shamshay was just 2 picks before the end of the draft. So, in some ways, it's because of the frame and the potential of Ulrich is just too good. It's too good, and I think that's a big part of why Masai Ujiri feels so much better after the second day of the draft is because he landed Shamshay. Let's not kid ourselves. Monique saying, great job, everyone. Great trivia. W stream. Great vibes. Keep at it always. Go Raptors for life. Thank you, Mo. And as always, we're trying to educate Raptors Nation here on our history. And part of it was let's look at the stats from the first year and really learn who did what. I want to say once again, this is the jersey. I pulled one of these out recently because everybody's been asking, what are the throwback jerseys for this season? This is the one right here, guys. This is a Keon Clark number 7 jersey. It is on my wall back in the old house. But yeah, the black back, purple front. This is the jersey they're going to be rocking on the alumni games, on the alumni 30th anniversary games. I'm pretty sure this is the one they're going to be wearing. It'll have special patches and probably like the 30th anniversary patch, but that's the one that we're probably going to get as a throwback, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah, let's see. Trevor saying, and one releases Vince Carter dunk contract, Tai Chi colorway. Okay, I'm not even sure what that is. Andrew's saying, I wonder when they're going to release our new jerseys in in-season court. This is what I'm saying. Like right now, Andrew, this is the jersey we're going to wear for a couple games this season. I'm telling you, it's this one. It's this style. It's the black back, purple front, and it'll probably be very similar to this. We're going to see Scotty and them wearing these jerseys against the Sixers in the first week of the season on that Friday night. They'll be wearing them as soon as then. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, they're not going to release it on a grand scale until it's closer, and they'll make a big deal out of it. But everybody's anticipating. I can give you all the answers. I'll tell you what it is. It's that. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Yeah, they'll use the same court. I'm not sure if they're going to make the court change. It may be that I don't know how they'll do it. Maybe they will have a special purple court for those games. I'm not totally sure. In some ways, once again, these courts are not cheap. In some ways, I don't want them spending an extra $1.5 million on a new court when that could go towards free agency or getting a new player or something like that. In some ways, I'm a cheap guy in my own life. I like to reuse and recycle and not necessarily buy new stuff all the time and have to buy new clothes every month or something like that. No, I ain't doing that. In fact, look, I'm wearing my 20th anniversary Raptors name shirt. Like this is all the Raptors names and on the logo, like written in here. It's pretty cool. And this is from the 20th season. See, there's the logo from 20th anniversary Raptors 10 and 10, 20. That's what that is. But yeah, I don't want them to build a whole new court unless they want to and they're willing to do it because it costs a lot of money. And we had that in-season tournament court that was a lot of money spent on that. So I don't know if we're going to get exactly a purple court. I don't know. I don't know if we will. We might though. We might. I'm not totally against it. The special purple games, I'm fine with the purple, but I don't want it 82 games a season. I really don't, guys. I really, really don't. Yeah. Let's see. Fiercely saying, I got feedback of people unhappy they were invited to my birthday party. I had reasons and frankly am in peace. Closer friends, family, people who helped me in my life journey were present. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's why they say keep your circle tight. And right. Yeah. And I mean, listen, it is what it is. You can have different reasons why you tell them. You don't have to tell them the real reason. You could just say, capacity, or I couldn't afford to have everybody be there. I'm sorry. There's all kinds of things. And sometimes, the reaction of those people may just tell you enough about it all right there. I don't know. It's your life. Make your own decisions. And people just got to deal with it. Andrew's saying, I've had the same friend group for like 11 years. No toxicity. Love those guys. There you go. That's great. When you have that base, it really is a great foundation in your life. It really does help you out. I'm really happy for you, Andrew, that you've got that. Really do. I've got a handful of people that I really have been really close friends with for like decades that are like my close people. But y'all are starting to become more and more that inner circle for me. Honestly, people like David. Yeah, keep coming more and more in my inner circle as far as things. Yeah, Fiercey's got the dinosaurs on blast. I love it. Lakers have continuity and being crappy. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that's nothing to brag about for the Lakers. They don't want continuity right now. Should be like crumpling up the paper, throwing in the waste paper basket, and starting over. But these guys want to have continuous of what they're doing right now. Okay, you go ahead, Lakers. You go ahead. Andrew said, I think Scotty is our longest tenured Raptor beside Chris right now. That's true. That's true. Scotty Barnes is the second longest Raptor after Chris Boucher right now. Chris Boucher is the only player left from our championship year. And everybody who's been on the team the year after the championship is gone, except for Chris. And then Scotty is the next one. Gary came after Scotty also. So, oh no, Gary came before Scotty. So when Gary left, he was the second longest Raptor because he got traded for Norman the year just before Scotty got drafted at the in that season, and then Scotty got drafted. So yeah, that's right. That's right. Fiercely saying yes, Andrew. Trent was also up there, but now he's gone. Yeah, he was second, but now he's gone. Yeah, Andrew saying Jacoby needs to develop his handle if he wants to score easier. Yeah, that's a lot of the knock on him. The two knocks are he's got to get better with his handles, and he's also got to get better at creating his own shot on his own. That's the biggest knock that they talked about with Jacoby, that he plays better off of other people to get his scoring opportunity. But can he do little juke moves or different things like that to get space for himself on his own without anybody helping him? In some ways, it's great that the Raptors drafted Walter because Darko's system benefits a mover guy that's going to cut and get passes and score that way. So in some ways, we don't want him to isolate and try and break down people on their dribble. We'd rather him be moving in a motion offense and being a moving target as a cutter. And that kind of actually hides some of his weaknesses in his offensive game. The fact that he's playing for us and Coach Darko. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, Kareem's saying, I need pinstripe on our throwbacks. I don't know if we're going to get pinstripe. Is there any pinstripe on this, man? Because those first jerseys had pinstripes, but this is not a pinstripe jersey. This has got the chevrons on the side, the little gray chevrons, and then you got the purple front and the black back. And this is the Vince jersey. This is the iconic Vince jersey. This is the Vince era jersey. And if we're going to honor Vince in the 30th anniversary season, we better do his jersey. Those dinosaur jerseys were done in the 20th and 25th anniversary years. Well, now it's time to do this one. I'm sure this is the one because they've been showing it in all the different places. Why is Cardi and Cece running around in this jersey? So I don't think they're going to be no pinstripes. No, David's saying, give Seymour back his wrench and take this one away from me. All right, we'll do that. We're going to trade these back, remove his standard moderator, and we'll go back and give Seymour his wrench back to do his job. All right, where is Seymour? He left the chat at some point, it seems. All right, where is Seymour? Where's a Seymour comment? I don't see it. He stopped playing at a certain point, it looks like. No. It was pretty chaotic trivia today. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty chaotic. That's what happens when you have like 6 different answers that can be the answer to the question. And we got to sort out who's got what and all that kind of stuff. Where is Seymour? Seymour jumped out early. He must have been at work. Maybe it was too crazy. He had to get out. Where is he, man? He's all the way at the top, it looks like. Holy crap. Yeah, he jumped out at some point. Hang on. Wow. I maybe just should scroll all the way back up to the top of the. Why? Wait, where did his comments go? He's gone. I don't even know where he is. Somebody didn't kick him out, did they? I don't know. Where is he? I don't even see him. Anyway, I can't scroll all the way up to the top. All right, let's see what else we got going on before I get out of here. Stargate's here. Good to see Stargate. Yeah, I don't even know. I'll get him at some point. This is taking too long, and I don't know why it's not working. Stargate saying, wow, Keon Clark jersey. Yeah, it's a little crazy. I used to put it on the wall with the front side, not the name, and I would joke that it's a Kyle Lowry jersey since it's 7. But yeah, this is a Keon Clark. This is a Keon Clark. I bought it myself at the arena during that time when we had Keon and JYD and Muggsy, people like that. David saying, I hope we didn't piss him off or trivia or something. I don't think so. You got to remember that Seymour is quite often working, and maybe it was too crazy and chaotic with the trivia. And him having a wrench was an unfair thing. He can get the wrench back. You'll have it back. You love that jersey. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, let me see. What else am I talking about today? There are birthdays today. Actually, guys, this is the funny thing. Part of doing the trivia today on the inaugural season is Damon Stoudemire's birthday, guys. And I want to share this ball with you guys, seriously, because this is something special that I got in the first year of the Raptors. This is a basketball of Damon on the basketball. I got it at Canadian Tire. It's not an official NBA product, but yeah, it's a Raptors basketball, and it says on the back, Damon. on the back of the ball. It's a Wilson. It's flat. I could probably pump it up, maybe use it for a little bit. But isn't that a cool Raptors artifact? That's Mighty Mouse. It's not official NBA, and it's not officially a Raptors thing, but it is definitely a Damon Stoudemire basketball from the early Raptors days. Happy birthday to Damon. We love you, our original Roy. We love you, Damon Stoudemire. And I hope you have a great birthday today. How old is Damon today? He is turning, wow, he's actually up there. He's actually 51 now, guys. 51 years old, Damon Stoudemire today. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Trevor saying, we never talk about this rookie, Rickea Jackson, joins either group or LA Sparks is the only player in franchise history to score 400 plus points. Trevor, in some ways, when we do the WNBA, it's going to be very Toronto focused. And in some ways, I can't go over every accomplishment from the NBA, WNBA like this, but because I'm not going to be able to keep track of it all. But when I get more focused on the WNBA, when we have our team, I'll probably talk more about this kind of stuff. But yeah, in some ways, it's like we have to limit our scope of subjects on this channel and keep it a lot more focused on more Canada, Toronto, Raptors, and WNBA, Team Canada stuff. Because we're kind of branching off into too many other areas that are actually, they're not things that I'm going to keep up with or be knowledgeable about. That's part of it. Also, happy birthday to Ed Stokes. Short-time Raptor Ed Stokes is having his birthday today. Also, he is 53. So he's a little bit older than Damon. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to cover on the channel before we get out of here? Cream saying, why are we known for having a coach of the year and then less than 2 years later they're gone? That's an interesting question. So you're going to say, all right, so Mitchell won coach of the year, Casey won coach of the year, and Nurse won coach of the year, and then they were all gone within 2 years after that. I don't know. I mean, in some ways, it's partly that, all right, we'll say with Mitchell, he got us our first Atlantic Division championship, and he made us get to the playoffs a couple times, but then he had a backtrack season where it didn't go very well. And as we've said on this channel, there was some friction internally on the team with him and the players that wasn't totally public. And that was part of the reason why he might have needed to move on. I don't totally remember why Sam Mitchell got left the Raptors way back then, whether he was fired or, it could very well be the regime change from Masai to, actually, Casey came in and started coaching before Masai came. He was actually Colangelo hire. So I'm not totally sure the timing, but a lot of it is the ups and downs of Mitchell's career with the Raptors. Was like he'd have a good year with us, we'd make the playoffs, and then we'd have an absolute crap year of like 20 wins or 30 wins. So that was part of it with Mitchell. Now with Casey, we know exactly why Casey got fired the year before our championship, because he was hitting his head on the ceiling of what he can push us to as a coach in the postseason. And that needed to change. And then we know why Nurse left too. So in some ways, I don't know. I don't want this to be a pattern. I'm very proud that our franchise has 3 coaches a year. That's a big deal. We also have 3 rookies of the year. So there's some accolades in our franchise history that are absolutely great achievements. But in some ways, it's also like I felt like at times the Raptors will get participation awards or something like, not that they didn't deserve it. It's just sometimes they'll throw us awards extra to show that, the Raptors are, you're doing this and this. We've won a lot of different things in different places as a franchise. We have some all-stars. We have some dunk champions. We have some all-NBA appearances. So, that's that kind of stuff. Most improved player, Pascal Siakam. So we had a couple of accolades in different places. All right, y'all. Thanks for playing trivia today. David's going to add up all the scores, and we'll get the trivia totals in the comments later on today, so you can check and see where you are as far as how much you scored and stuff like that. Amit, man, amazing stuff considering you're on a bus on your phone. Really, really good stuff. And yeah, it was really fun playing with you guys and seeing different people get different points and different things. All right, I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. I did the Instagram stories. And yeah, we talked about Shamshay going back to with the pictures from Africa. That's very cool stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to finish things up. Tomorrow, Wow Wednesday, we'll see what the topic is. We'll see if there's any news today. And I'll have all the current Raptors stuff tomorrow morning. Yeah, Andrew, thank you for joining the chat and being a part of the fun. And good job getting that last question about the attendance at Skydome. Really, really good stuff. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah, join the channel if you want to. Membership can have its privileges. Also, once again, I'll say we're coming up with brand new premieres of the Kensington Variety VIP Club Show. Season 8 will start to drop next week, and they will drop premieres next week on this YouTube channel. So the first place to see these episodes ever that Paul B helped me convert from Instagram will be on this channel. And hopefully you can check them out and relive 5 years ago to the date of what was happening around Toronto in the championship year of 2019. So yeah, and it also goes all the way through. The show will show when the pandemic hit in 2020 next year, and it'll all be the 5-year anniversaries of when it happened. So yeah, follow along and see what life was like 5 years ago, pre-pandemic, because it's all in there. All right, y'all. Thanks again for watching me. I'll be back tomorrow. Get out there, touch grass. It's still sunny and bright out, even though the weather does seem like it's changing already with September here. All already here, and we're getting that chill and the weather turning a little bit already. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll get some more warm weather before the full winter kind of stuff. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Touch grass. Raptorize your day like Nat Bhatia would. And let's go, Raptors.